I knew they were a true friend when I could trust her enough with my man. I mean, like, he knows her place and I'm okay.
Okay. Let's take a step back. Do you trust your man? Is there trust between you and your man? Because I feel like, and we're just discussing this before the episode, if I'm in a relationship with someone I trust, which obviously if we're in a relationship, I should trust them. It doesn't matter who else is in my circle. Hi guys, Murugi Munyi here.
It's Lydia KM.
And we're back again with another episode of
The Messy In Between.
It's definitely TMI.
Really?
You know,
upside down.
I know.
Upside
I was
down.
like, she's definitely looking at me.
Even me, I was like, where?
If you guys listen to us on the podcast platform, then you probably don't see the chaos that happens here. But there's a lot of pointing and looking at cameras and just the confusion. But ultimately, as long as the content is done. All right, as long as the content is done. Are you feeling happy in orange? Because I feel like automatically when I wear a bright color, I'm like so happy. Like, I'm
feel
so
like that
excited
in
to
orange,
be here.
in yellow. It just makes me feel like my spirit is up. My favorite color is yellow. What's yours?
I'm not really sure.
I think the other day I heard you say red.
Yeah, it depends on what. I feel like when I wear red, I'm like, wow, that's my favorite. Then when I wear orange, I'm like, oh, that's the one.
But the red dress the other day.
Yeah, I feel like red.
Let's hold for
like
red for now.
Yeah.
Just for that dress.
Definitely.
Let's hold for red.
Yeah.
Karibuni in between us. This is another episode of the Messy In Between podcast where we have honest conversations about life as it is. Messy. There's your cue.
Messy. Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay. Continue doing your eyebrows. Continue doing your lashes. Continue. It's okay.
I'm sorry,
it's okay.
Teacher. I'm sorry, teacher.
And here we honestly do have conversations, honestly. Mm-hmm. And yes, it's triggering. A lot of times we tag ourselves, but we are willing to have the conversations that are going to move. What did you say? That are going to
move the needle forward.
That's what Joe says. So it's not the same old pretending. As we know what you talk about when you're with your friends. So that's exactly what we do. And we ask you to join us. And the only thing we ask for in return is for you to subscribe. Whether you're on YouTube or any of the podcast platform, just be part of our community. This is how we grow. This is your thank you to us for being as consistent as we've been and for bringing you the kind of conversation that you guys want to talk about.
Exactly. And thank you to everyone who has subscribed, everyone who likes our content, comments, shares, sends us a DM. We don't take that stuff for granted.
Like sending. Have you seen? When people send you WhatsApp
at messages of their group and what that means so much. Like tumejitolea, tumeamka, tumekuja, tumefanya makeup, tumenunua outfit, tumeketi, tumeongea. Like it just feels nice to hear back from you guys so we know who we are speaking to. Mm-hmm. It really feels fantastic. Mm-hmm. And speaking of feedback, the last few weeks we've been talking about friendship and the feedback has been phenomenal. First of all, I didn't know so many people are struggling in friendships. Yeah. Friendships they don't want to be in. Friendships where there's abuse. Mm-hmm. Friendships where there's no trust. Where you are literally holding on. A lot of people find themselves in friendships as opposed to start friendships. Yeah. You know what I mean? And it's like, now it's been like 2 years you've known this person, but now it's like, oh, they are my friend by default kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And I think that's why the last few episodes have been a bit of a negative-ish spin on friendship. It's been like friendships ending, friendship breakups. But to tie all this about friendships together and to end this whole series on friendship, we decided to talk about a more positive side of friendship. So we asked you guys on Instagram. Again, if you're not following us on Instagram, why are you not? TMI Podcast KE. We asked you guys on Instagram, I knew they were a true friend when. So you guys could share the moments where you discovered or you realized like, wow, she's really my friend or he's really my friend. Yeah. And so we're going to go through some of those today. But before we do, tell us one of your own. Okay. Tell us a time when you realized like, wow, this is really my friend.
Okay. I knew I knew she was my friend when she sent me a gift, flowers and money and wine because I finished my 66-day 5 a.m. challenge.
Wow.
You did.
Oh, me?
Yes.
Oh my God, guys, I'm such a good friend. I literally don't remember that. Yeah.
You did. I saw it
I do remember that. Yes.
I did 66-day 5 a.m. challenge, waking up at 5 a.m. every day, like working out, reading, meditating, and I really wanted to up my discipline. This was like 2 years ago. So when I finished it, she sent me this bouquet of flowers wrapped in moolah.
I mean, who can say no to money?
That was so thoughtful.
Really?
And I don't think we were that close. It's like we were just getting close.
Yeah.
We had actually just started talking about TMI and maybe possibly starting something. So it was like, that was the moment where it's just like something that's this big to me, but it's small to everyone. But you've made it big.
I think the reason why I felt like it was a huge thing for me is because we had been speaking throughout your journey of like when we left the TV show and you feeling kind of lost, and then you saying I really need to do something, and then seeing you actually started. You know, a lot of people didn't see that, like, of your feeling lost and whatever. So like I know how much it took out of you for you to do, and not necessarily took out of you, but like also gave you to do that thing, and it was just like, it was a big fucking deal.
Yeah, I was so
proud of you.
I remember then I was just like, oh my God, you're my friend.
Oh my
you're
God.
Like my friend. Wow. Yeah, that was one of those big markers where it's just like, because friendship to me is what's important to me is important to you. Like the things that make me sad, make me happy, you feel the same way to me. So I remember that. Yeah.
Oh, great. I love that. I would say one for you. I realized you are a true friend when we had the conversation on the live about friendship, and I remember at some point in there just looking at you and thinking, who else in my life could I actually have done a live like this with? Like, I don't think anybody. I felt like a lot of the things we were sharing, or like some of them were like very basic things, like about things like surface level things about friendship, but a lot of them were like deep value things about what you consider a friend, you know, the kind of thing, the kind of outlook you have on life. And I was just like, wow, my gosh, we are like almost like the same person in that regard, you know. Like I can always see like your ambition, your, I don't know, just the way you take things seriously. You know what I'm saying? And I felt like, in that moment I was just like, wow, she's like really my friend.
Oh yeah.
And then, do you know, sometimes like when you realize someone
around the same time all of this was happening.
Exactly.
So
sometimes when you realize someone is your friend, and then you're like, oh my God, first, do they know that they're my friend? Am I their friend? Like, you know, you can think someone is your friend, but maybe you're just their friend. Like, do you know what I mean? What I mean? I remember that moment. It was just like glorious.
It's true.
And here we are.
I
know.
Yeah. We know. And this was like 2 years ago. Yeah, this was 2 years ago when we're talking about all this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and that's when it all started. That's when even like TMI was born. So it makes sense that we both had moments where we felt like this is my friend, for us to continue on.
Okay, what about an example for somebody else who's not each other?
Okay, fine. So I knew she was a true friend when I sprained my ankle in my graduation, and I had to walk like with one, like barefoot on one leg, and she took off her shoes and we walked together. Like she held on to me like that with her shoes off, and we walked to the restaurant together.
That is so sweet.
I even have a picture of that.
It's literally the little things.
It's the little things. It's like she could have just held me like, with her shoes, but she took off her shoes with me so that we can walk barefoot to lunch together.
Short to lunch together. I love that for y'all.
That was a good one.
Another one that I would say is I knew she was my friend when she didn't like the dress that I chose for her bridesmaid's dress for my wedding, but she wore it anyway. And that's something that one may take for granted. But after seeing, if you've watched Bridezilla and you've seen the drama people have during weddings, I love that. I had 3 bridesmaids. Most of them, like, well, 2 of them were still close friends. But there was one who she had said, like, she doesn't really like yellow because my color was yellow. It was like yellow and silver. But she was like, yeah, but for you, if that's what you like, I'm going to wear it. I don't care. It's your day kind of thing. And I love that.
Amazing.
That's what I need. It's like, I know you're a bit uncomfortable, like you don't want to be whatever, but you're just like, whatever for you, Joe, because it's your day.
Actually, ding, 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 ding.
That's actually what it is. Yeah, ding, 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 ding.
That's the attitude. If it's like somebody else's or some person's moment which matters more, just be all in.
Yeah, exactly.
Be all in.
I'm willing to suffer a little bit of discomfort, you know, just to whatever. Yeah, I mean,
even how we always say, like, let's say a picture where it's like one of us isn't looking that cute,
but you look fire.
You look so good. I'll sacrifice.
Just post it. I won't die. Yeah. And honestly, that energy is necessary in friendships. Of course, there's like a caveat. If it's always the other person you're sacrificing for, then that's a problem. But if it's like, I mean, give and take. Sometimes it's you, sometimes it's me, and it works out.
Yeah,
that was amazing. Yeah,
I had a few, but anyway, we'll keep popping in our own. But we definitely wanted to more share some of you guys because even the ones of I knew the friendship was over when mostly were yours.
Exactly.
So we wanted to share.
Also, some of the ones you guys sent, I'm like, let's.
Here we go. We always say we won't judge, but
we're not judging. But let me see judging. But let me just say, sometimes I feel like, why are you laughing? Why are you laughing? Some things I'm just like, how badly are you treated in other friendships that someone doing a bare minimum thing is like, wow, I knew they were a true friend. Some of these things are like bare minimum. I expect them even from people who are not my friends, who are literally acquaintances that I know on Instagram or something like that. Like, I feel like there is a true friend. I knew she was a true friend when she respected me. That's obvious. I mean, obviously.
I get that. But since, like, out here in this world, people are really struggling with friendships. So, like, maybe the bar is in hell.
Oh, yeah, the bar
is in hell. Ooh, so it's like, if respect is what you're lacking, respect when you give me, then that's it. You are my friend. You are, in fact, my best friend from now on.
Because I've respected you.
You are my maid of honor. Because you
respect
me.
The day you have your wedding.
Here we go. This fight is going to be hard. Or it's going to be televised.
If Aggie and I have to hold hands for that maid of honor position, we're going to do it. You heard?
Okay, let's do it. So I knew they were a true friend when I was scammed a whopping 35K and she sent me 10K and told me to pay when I'm in position to. We talked about money that could become in between it, but also money is a really good way of expressing support to someone. Yeah.
Especially if they give it without even you asking, because sometimes in a friendship it's like, if I know you need money, I shouldn't, like, if I'm in the position to give and I want to give, I shouldn't necessarily be waiting for you to be like, so Joe, I really would appreciate
and
it.
And even you feeling that gap is really nice. So money isn't always toxic. I wanted to start with that one because you guys are saying friendships is doing money, but there's many ways that money is just money is an extension of your expression of love to someone, you know. So that's beautiful. That's a good one.
I think that's a good one. And the fact that she said, like, you can pay it back when you want, it's different saying I'm sending you this, but by Tuesday 10 p.m. that money better be in my account. That's something else. I knew they were a true friend when they gave me a phone because they felt bad for what I had before. Borderline problematic.
So it's like
you have an Infinix, I have an iPhone 14 Pro Max and you don't even have the latest Infinix, but because when I upgraded to this one I had the other one, I'm just like, oh Lid, you should have this one so you can take nice pictures.
I don't think that's bad. It does feel like the other person is looking down on you. Like, it does feel bad, but however, the truth is the truth. You have the truth is Infinix One. And
what if I like my Infinix One?
Then say no.
Oh yeah, you're right. I feel like it depends. In this context, I feel like
and the way they came off as well.
And matter. If I've always been saying, oh God, I wish I could afford a new phone. Oh, my phone is always hanging. Oh man, I really wish I need to save up for a new phone. And then now you come give me one. That's fantastic.
But what if I'm just seeing, like, every time we take pictures, we don't look like ourselves?
No, but if I'm your friend and may like my phone.
But I don't understand. So if I upgrade to an iPhone 14 and I want to give someone my 13, that's bad because
it's not bad, but I just feel like it can have an undertone of like what you have is not good enough.
It's not good enough. It's like I have something better that I could offer you.
Better according to who?
According to people with eyes.
No, I feel like it's borderline.
It's a dance.
It's a dance.
It's a bit of a delicate dance, and you've got to be really intimate or like genuinely close friends.
Exactly, because I feel like for her at least she took it nicely, but I feel like someone else might have been like, no, I mean, I live in this small house. It's like saying you notice I'm living in a really bad apartment and you're like, you know what, I have an extra 10,000, move to another place, I'll give you 10,000 extra for rent.
Whoa, you see, that's a lot. Ooh, that sounds a lot. Exactly. But you know, like, people do that with phones all the time. Like, if I upgrade, I'm going to give to someone so they can have a better phone that they already have.
So it definitely depends on the modalities in the friendship
and how
how
the other person is has approached it. This is going to matter. Sure.
Oh, it's yours.
It's mine. Okay, I knew they were a real friend when we had a difficult conversation and found a way forward without gaslighting and blaming each other. I feel like that's usually the true test of friendships. Like, when a difficult conversation comes up, it's not like, you know, test your friends with difficult conversations. Some of your friendships, you're so aligned that sometimes it's like, it's rare that you have difficult conversations. However, when you do have those ones, how you have those conversations, that is the beginning and the end.
How the person who is bringing up the difficult conversation brings it up. Also how the other person responds. And how the whole conversation just goes. Because if I bring it from a point of like, the underlying thing should be, we are both assuming the best of each other. We are assuming it's all a misunderstanding, or it was miscommunication, or I know at the heart of it, this person did not intend to hurt me. They might have hurt me, but they did not intend to hurt me. So if we are both coming from that place, then it's like I would never assume that you're trying to, do something malicious or trying to do something kichini.
Yeah.
That's like probably one of the most important things in the friendship.
100%.
Top 3.
Yeah.
Top 3 for
and
sure.
we have difficult conversations all the time, guys. They're private and don't always need to be said. But like we are practicing what we preach, because if you're investing in a friendship, you want it to feel like you both feel safe. And remember what we said about boundaries? Boundaries say, I love you and this thing makes me feel bad. And I don't want it to feel bad because I want to love you and I want to love you freely, you know? Also, if somebody comes to you and they tell you, oh, you did this and it hurt me, that was not my intention. How do you not see that is not a response?
Yeah.
Your intention is your intention,
but you
have to be okay with how it occurred, because I feel like sometimes you can have those kind of arguments, like like, but I'm your friend. Why would you assume? No. It's like there's what you intended, and there's how you occurred, and how the other person took whatever it is that you did. So don't argue about intention. I feel like in a good friendship, everyone knows it was good intentions, but then moving forward, it's like, how can we, operate now?
Yeah, and it shouldn't be, and I'm sorry, but it should be,
it's I'm sorry
I hurt you. Because really, it's not really even that you're sorry for that. You're sorry that you hurt your friend.
Yeah.
Exactly. And that's what's most important. Sometimes I think about like the difficult conversations that we have, and I feel like I'm glad that at our level where we are right now, we're able to have these difficult conversations. Because imagine one day, I don't know, 10 years from now, we live in LA and I don't know, we have a multi-billion-dollar business, and it's like, oh, Lydia, I noticed you swiped for 1.2 million at the club last night. Did you notice that you had, it could be like, now the kind of difficult conversations grow as you guys are growing. So it starts at like, oh, there's this 1,000, but now it goes to there's this $1.2 million, or it's like this small thing you said. Exactly, like took the jet, and I had told you. That's the thing. I wanted to take her to Dubai this weekend. Like, no, by the way, I was going to. That's the thing. So as you're like, if you can't manage conversations at the basic level, you definitely will not be able to manage them at a higher level. Another thing, you cannot do business with people with whom you can't have difficult conversations.
Definitely.
For sure.
Put it in the dustbin.
Put it in the dustbin, because if you can't have a basic difficult conversation for just it's me and you, now add business.
No.
Done.
100% out.
100% no.
Get out.
Someone else said, I knew they were my friend when I told them I was depressed and they paid for my therapy sessions. Wow. Lydia is wet now.
That's nice. And I've done that for a friend of mine.
Really?
Yeah. It's not to say they told me they're depressed, but they were going through something, and I was like, I feel like I've reached the marks of what I can do to help, and I know that you really, really need it.
Yeah.
So I paid for their first one.
Yeah. And therapy can be expensive. I mean, I know there are some places which are free and like really affordable, but sometimes
I think that's a good way to support a friend.
It's a really great way to support a friend.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Even though people say that money shouldn't inglue in friendships, you'd be surprised by how many people's issues can be sorted out with money.
Money is an expression of yourself. It's us who make it bigger than that. And I do understand, because it's part of our identity. But if I love you, it's like one of the ways I do communicate love is by doing things that require money.
Exactly. Yeah. Especially if it's not like so deep for you, like you can afford to have that money go and not be thinking, guy, I would have used that 10,000 for something.
Yeah. I knew they were a true friend when I could trust her enough with my man. I mean, like, he knows her place and I'm okay. Discuss.
You will say again?
100 marks.
Say again.
I knew they were a true friend when I could trust her enough with my man. I mean, like, he knows her place and I'm okay.
Okay. Let's take a step back. Do you trust your man? Is there trust between you and your man? Because I feel like, and we're just discussing this before the episode, if I'm in a relationship with someone I trust, which obviously if we're in a relationship, I should trust them. It doesn't matter who else is in my circle. I know that he can know where she lives. He can know what she eats for dinner. He can know her parents or whatever. But because I trust him, it doesn't matter who else is in my circle. But now if it's like about your friend...
And also, like, I feel like it definitely goes both ways for me in that I trust my friends wholeheartedly and I trust my man wholeheartedly, right? Because if one of them is broken, it's a problem. But trusting your friends with your man is like bare minimum central.
Bare minimum.
That's bare minimum central.
These are the things I was talking about now, you see.
Bare minimum. You ought to feel comfortable that, as in, when you get up and leave and your man is across the room, that you're not going to find us speaking. You need to have that confidence in yourself.
You would find me on him. That's the thing.
Yeah. no, I feel
that
like
one is a bit,
that's a bare minimum. And if that's the bar, then I feel like that environment just feels a bit shaky.
Even me, there's some boundaries. I feel like I would never feel the need to have to explain to a friend. You know what I'm saying? It's like if now tomorrow Zach tells me, oh yeah, Lydia called me yesterday, we caught up for 3 hours or whatever. I mean, there's some things it's just like that would never happen.
Look at me, I'm angry on your behalf.
Like, what are we talking about?
I'm perplexed.
There are some things which just would not happen but maybe those are things we take for granted. I don't know. But maybe. I just feel like it's a bare minimum. And there are some things which if my friend has a man, I would in no situation would it just be like, oh, I'm just somewhere, we're hanging out as me and Lydia's man. And we haven't even told Lydia.
What am I even calling your man for?
What
am I calling your
man? Except you can't reach me.
Or I'm trying to plan something. Exactly. There's reasons, but really, ordinarily, that's an emergency number like 911. Yeah, abroad that is. But I heard ours here doesn't work.
For whoever has, ours is 999. Is it? For whoever has sent that message, I really hope that everyone in your circle is someone who you can trust around your man. Because, I mean,
it's too anxiety inducing.
It's too much.
Because your man is such a big part of your life. Your friends are such a big part. Without trust between the both of them, honestly, no.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if a friend can cross that line and both of them are in the dustbin, like this is not what we are doing.
Yeah.
But if like knowing that I can be in any environment, knowing that my friends, obviously.
Duh.
Yeah. In fact, my friends are around my man and maybe I'm not there. Their job is to make sure their eyes are open.
Just be looking. You know? Jeez, they're an extension of me when they're with my man.
Period.
That's it. I knew they were a true friend when I stayed over at her place and she asked me if I'm okay because she hadn't seen me take a shit.
That's cute. That's kind
of cute, yeah.
You've got to think about it.
Are you fine? That's cute.
That's cute. Yeah, it's a little things. I knew they were a true friend when they called me out, and I think
a lot of people said that. Yeah, they called me out on my bullshit.
Yeah, when my friend is going to tell me, no, it's you who's messing up your life. It's you who's fucking around here. You are the one who's not. Yeah. I love that.
I love it, but like I don't love it when it happens to me. Like
Never,
when Lydia
ever.
calls me out on my bullshit, I'm just like, can we just ignore?
No one enjoys that. No one feels like
she's just like, but Joe, you know. I'm like, okay. And so, but like I appreciate that she says
later.
And she's not just there like, oh yeah, I mean, fun. Let's just she's just like, Joe, you know, like,
having friends who can watch around you and being like, okay, no, you're going too far, or this is not the way to do it. I need that. I need that for sure. I need that support.
I do also feel though that it's like within reason. So for example, if you are, I don't know, you have 7 sexual partners or something, and I keep telling you, you know, it's really not safe for you to have 7 sexual partners. It's not safe. I'm not going to keep telling you every week.
Yeah.
I will not keep telling you every week. Now, if it's been like 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, it can start feeling like now motherly child energy.
For sure.
And I feel like if you have already told you and you have acknowledged this is my position, this is my opinion, then I'm not going to keep mentioning it.
I would even go as far as saying that when I realize we have different values in something, I need to respect that this is a difference in value. It's not because you don't know what you're doing.
Exactly.
It's that I am seeing in a very different way than you are, and that's okay. Exactly. You know, it's like, because that's just the way sometimes people live. And when you find if you have different values with someone and you keep drilling over this one, that is going to ruin a relationship. Sure. Your friends won't always live life the way you do.
Exactly.
Yeah, there's a dance. You've got to respect someone's autonomy.
Yeah, and then I think in that instance, I would probably then avoid conversations about that particular thing, I avoid being with you when if you're going to do certain things or whatever, so that it doesn't cause that anxiety around like us being together and me feeling like, okay, but I really want to tell her how I feel, but I don't want her to feel like, I'm judging her or whatever. Yeah.
We said your friends don't have to be the beginning and the end and the moon.
Exactly.
Sometimes they are just this is the part that works, and this part we don't need to even be interacting because it's just going to cause friction.
Yeah. I knew she was my true friend when my enemy became her enemy. I think that's pretty.
Yeah. I guess, it's like It's like,
for me, it depends on what the thing is. So if you have a falling out with someone, if it's something that they did you dirty, that person is automatically my enemy. I'm sorry. Like if there's someone who like they have really disrespected you, or they have hurt your feelings or whatever, and if you are like if we're all mutual friends, but if they do it to you, no, I'm also done. I'm also out, because I don't understand how I would continue a friendship with that thing constantly hanging over there, unless I've had a conversation with that person about, you did this to Lydia, or this happened with Lydia, could you explain to me what happened? Can you explain to me? Because if it turns out that person is just malicious and just hurt you because, then I don't want to be friends with that person.
And also whatever their actions are that made you now, assuming it's happened to, whatever their actions whatever they've done to you, and you're done with them. I want to know.
Exactly.
When is it going to be my turn?
Exactly.
When is it going to be my turn? So it's like that might be more of this is a sign for me to also watch out. For the most part, honestly, especially if it's like I'm trying to lean into my closest friend. That's it. And I'm not trying to beef about it. It's like, if this person has done something, it's like, it does nothing for me to show solidarity for you. Especially if you feel someone has done you dirty, it's like you want to feel like your friends are on your side. We have enemies who is like, we weren't even friends.
Literally, people from her past, which I'm just like, I hate that person, because she's explained to me and I'm just like, I don't see how I could ever like... Nope.
Literally.
Yeah.
It's just like,
so actually,
so
I get this.
There's something that brews in you when you see like someone doing something. Or let's not even say like even other people. Like for us, let's say they see something, let's say there's a fire on social media. You're just so angry on your friend's behalf. You want to feel that fire for like, this is my friend. Don't fuck with them.
I know my friends are my true friends when I'm going through something. She's not the one who's messaging me. This is the difference between true friends and non-true friends. And this is how I separate in my mind, especially on Instagram. There are those who will see something is burning and Lydia will automatically call me and her first question will be like, how are you doing, Joe? How is everything? Like, are you okay? Someone else will just be like, guy, I've seen this has been posted about you. Or, hi, is this true? The ones who you can just tell you want the tea.
You want tea.
Before even you check on me on how I'm doing, that for me is like the energy. I'm just like, that person is not like really my friend. They are keep them at arm's length for sure.
I agree.
The person who is like, the details will come. She knows the details will definitely come, but she's more concerned about, are you doing okay?
Moment, are you fine? Yeah. I agree.
That's
you know when somebody's looking for tea.
Exactly.
Or it's like, we haven't spoke for ages, but now you want to talk to me about this. Why?
Exactly. Suddenly it's a phone call. We literally have been chatting on Instagram, but now it's a phone call.
Now it's a phone call. You're looking for tea.
I think so.
Right.
Here's another one. I knew they were my friend when they gave me their car and used public means because I was pregnant. This one was a bit problematic for me. Not really problematic, but again, another one which I'm like on the fence about. Yeah.
Oh my God. But that's so nice though.
It's really nice. But think about the convenience of your car. By the way, how come you didn't give... Oh yeah, I was driving then.
No, I wouldn't do that to someone.
Exactly,
for someone, but wow,
exactly,
you.
Great for you.
Wow, you.
Yeah, for me, I feel like sometimes...
Wow.
Because as someone who is trying to recover from being a people pleaser, I have a tendency sometimes when like I can see someone is in need to immediately jump to, I am the one responsible for helping them out of that situation, or I am the one who has the silver key, the silver bullet to help them deal with that. And so many times I'm willing to sacrifice my own comfort, my own what my own wants are, my own needs, so that I can make the other person happy and comfortable, and maybe in some ways so that they can say Joanne is a true friend, or they can say Joanne is a really good person, or they can say, wow, oh my God, I can't believe she did that for me. I don't know what child in me that heals or whatever, but yeah, for me something like that is like very in between for me.
That is a really good explanation for all of that, and I can see why you're seeing it from that viewpoint. I actually heard someone say that the difference between people who do just good things and people pleasers is the intention behind it.
Exactly.
Why are you doing it? Are you doing it so that she can be like, oh yeah, Lydia is such a good person, or Joe's such a good person as you're saying? Or are you doing it because you literally, is like, for you it makes sense. You've been wanting to walk to work because like you want to exercise. If it's all makes sense, then fine, it makes sense. But yeah, you're right. It maybe might depend, because that's a huge sacrifice.
Yeah, I mean, if I have like 2 cars and I'm not using one.
Yeah, but no, as in I will now take public transport.
You're in a matatu. You wouldn't give me, I'm pregnant with my 4th child, my feet are swollen, and my car is in the garage.
We're told to stop treating pregnant women like it's a disease.
No, but some pregnant women are sick. Like, what if they are, you're having challenges? Would you give me?
I don't think so.
Oh.
That's the truth.
Oh my!
I wouldn't even imagine.
Okay, would you
offer my car? Yeah. I don't even think I would think.
I'm just like
of all things to think about. Yeah. I'll come, I'll massage you. Like, come to my house if you want to rest. I'll come and my car.
Yeah.
No. Me, by the way, I'm lost. I am lost without my car. Lost.
No, me, I can't imagine. Especially because we are always carrying so many things. There's the bag for the shoot, bag for in case you go to the gym. There's your edges gel.
My car is my edges.
Home. Exactly.
Now I'm semi-homeless.
Oh Lord. Me and my kids are now semi-homeless. Yeah,
God.
But anyway, that's great for you.
That was
very
really,
nice.
really sweet. Wow, we really did.
That's a sacrifice.
Yeah,
that's actually a sacrifice.
It is. Let me see if I can. I have some of my own.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I knew she was a true friend when she advised me to take a week off social media because she could tell I was spiraling.
Oh, that was me. And I was surprised that she herself had not thought about doing it herself.
Yeah, but because I wanted to, I was trying to be like, keep your life as it is so that you can at least have distractions. But now it wasn't working to distract myself. It was just like, you just need to die for a bit.
Yeah.
Then rise.
Yeah. Why haven't you ever advised me to take a week off social media? I'm not gonna do it, but advise me.
I don't think there's anything which I've seen you through that was so emotional or so trying for you personally.
The fires have been through on social media.
No.
Those were not.
Those fires are always like a fire.
Oh yeah, okay, fine, you're right.
It's like a fire. Like, For me, it was like a burning.
Oh yeah,
forest
house. Yeah,
and actually, it was more a burning forest internally.
Yeah,
because all of that fires, they're outside, they're external. It's like it will be noise. It will just move. But if it's something that you're personally experiencing or going through something difficult, that's really
even when my man left.
I mean, that was sad.
Yeah, but I guess.
But I don't know.
But I also don't. I don't know if by virtue of the way that I express myself, I don't know if you would ever know if I was like deeply struggling. Would you?
I think I would.
Yeah.
But most of the time, what tends to happen is that you are able to constantly distract yourself, and then you break down.
Yeah, right? Because I have so many distractions, like between the kids and at home and everything with work. It's like naturally I'm just distracted.
And then whereas for me, it's like number one, I'm like a constant feeler. I feel my emotions as they come, so it's easy for me to be able to express them. Then two, I don't have as many distractions, so I'm able to be like, it's easier to see my emotional process, and because I'm really aware of it, I am really like in one with my emotions, so I feel them as we go. Yeah. But remember that time when you like so much was happening, and then you like sent me this voice about how you broke down, and there were so many things happening.
So much,
you see, you are like vumilia,
and then when
burn
Lydia, she literally feel it. We'll just show up at the she's like, so Joe, I've really just been feeling like you know. I love that.
And I'll feel it right then, and then we'll be on to the next thing. But then, like, look at that time because it was so difficult. It was just, I couldn't. Yeah. Literally, it was like a physical problem.
Yeah, you literally just had to. Oh, I'm so glad. I'm glad that you ended up doing that.
Yeah.
I'm really glad.
So good. And also, I felt like I honored my process. I was able to feel what I wanted to feel. And it was like just a week off to just quiet, and then I got people visiting me, and it was one of the best things I ever did. First of all, period, whether or not I was going through it, but also because I was going through it. When else can we take a week off?
When else can we? Yeah,
let's be serious.
Let's decide by the way in advance.
A week off, and because of problems.
Wait, and were you recording like for a recap after? No recording for a recap.
No,
after.
It was like the people who I was taking my own personal memories. Okay. It was just like a video here, or my friend visited me. It wasn't like, let me show you what the day was like. No, it was like little snippets.
I can't even imagine that. That seems lovely. That just seems so lovely.
Felt so good.
Okay, I knew they were a true friend when I felt absolutely 100% no fear or anxiety starting a business with her.
By the way, I don't think we thought about it.
Yeah, we didn't.
Yeah, it was just like,
exactly. And for me, what gave me that freedom is like knowing that our energies are the same when it comes to work. We don't play about work. We don't play about, like, if it's a shoot day, I know you woke up sad, but you're coming. I know that, we'd all rather be in bed because it's raining, but you're coming. I know Muktana kept you up all night, but you're coming. It's like we are as committed to our goals as each other, we have the same attitude when it comes to work. And honestly, with something like that requires consistency as much as like a podcast or whatever business it is, the perhaps that you and your friends started, I really needed that comfort. And like you actually, out of any of the people that we worked with on the talk show or any of the people who I've been with in my life, I feel like you really match that energy. It's like we must be rich no matter what. We must be rich.
And what's the choice?
Yeah.
What's the choice? And even with work, sometimes, like, because TMI initially wasn't about wealth, we can promise.
Oh, yeah.
We can guarantee.
In fact, if anything, it was more poverty than anything.
Poverty first. It's that commitment to something that you believe in. That's good. We didn't think about it, guys. You know how people were just like, what made you think? Or whatever. But I think at that time we had known each other enough as far as how we work. And also I felt like as far as principles in the way that we would treat this, I knew it would be
exactly. And even we have a joint bank account for TMI. Anytime, for example, I see like you've swiped something out of the account or something like that, I don't even blink. Like it didn't even occur to me like, hiya, Kwani, she's taking money. That doesn't even occur to me because I'm like, I know she knows, and I know she's gonna come and say like, it's just it never crosses my mind to doubt you about anything. Is that dangerous?
That's a lot of trust.
It's a lot of trust. But I feel that's like what makes us both take this so seriously. Because I know you trust me and I trust you. And you're like, I don't want to let you down. Like, I can't let you down.
You're right. Like the other day, I accidentally connected my Glovo to our TMI card. And I was just like, there's no money coming out of my account. And I saw it was all coming out of TMI. And I know she knows that the second I saw it, I would panic. Send a voice note, return the money. And it's not like, obviously, it's not the end of the world. But that's the way we hold what we have together. I think there's maybe foundations as far as the principles of who we are as people in the way we're going to treat each other, and also like the discipline and the work ethic to be able to do this really
and
well.
Respect, respect for like, this is money that is both of ours. I would never use it without you knowing, and you would never use it without me knowing.
For sure. Actually, that's a good one. That is a true friend. We didn't think about it. That's crazy. I knew she was a true friend when she sat with me for hours at a time just to keep me company when I was going through it. Nancy used to just be like, she doesn't know what to say. She's like, I'll just sit next to you. You just sit next to me for hours, like 5 hours at a time, not saying anything to me. And I didn't know that I love that. And please, my friends, if you're listening to this, I like people sitting next to me. Don't even touch me, don't hold me, don't talk to me, just sit next to
what
me.
You're describing is the best part about marriage. It's what I miss most when Zach is away. It's just like we are in bed, no one is talking, you're even watching your show, I'm watching something, or I'm on my phone, and you're just in the presence of another person, and you're just like, I'm not alone. You're just with someone.
I have a friend, her name is Bree, who we are like that. I used to tell Bree, come over to my house so I can work. She would just come and sit on that couch on her phone, and I would just work. And I had gotten so dependent on like her being around that was what was making me productive. So sometimes I would just be like, Bree, just come, I need to do all of these things, and she would just sit next to me.
I love that.
That's I didn't know that was a love language for me now until you did it. That's how our friendship started.
I saw someone writing that they knew the friendship was true when the silence wasn't awkward.
Oh yeah,
which is great.
Can we just be quiet?
Honestly, interacting with people with whom you don't feel like you have to have a huge emotional bandwidth like is amazing. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I know that we don't have to be talking every second. We'll go out here in the room after the shoot and like, you're posting, I'm posting, and we just sat there and we're just like posting
for all of 1 minute, Joe.
Okay, but because we always have a ton to talk about. We always have a ton to talk about.
As you were talking, I was like, let me see where this is going, because I hope she's not gonna say that we say in silence together.
Me and Nelly for sure. Like with Nelly, we can just sit there and we're just doing this. She's doing like her nails or something, and I'm just like, scrolling. I just love those.
It's so nice.
Because not all the time talking. Okay, with us all the time talking because we have a podcast, but like,
no, for you guys.
For you guys though, you'll stay safe. There was another one that I saw.
Oh no, someone said it's sad because the one who usually is the true friend, I've never really had a true friend. but luckily I have. Or maybe she'd never used to be. Or when, I guess, she finally found a true friend. But I don't know what made them a true friend.
I guess maybe those are the things that sometimes people say, like, you're giving 100% and the other person is not matching the energy that you're giving. But for me, I feel like you can only be the giver for so long before it starts draining you. Because for me, if I'm like giving, but I'm not feeling like anything is coming back, for sure, it's not even until like, I have to match their energy. For sure, just the amount of effort I'm putting into the friendship will also just go down. Yeah, because no one wants to feel like you're the only one who is actually participating in the friendship.
I would like to call out givers. You hear people all the time on these social media streets saying that, I'm just such a giver. I always just give myself. I have such a big heart, all of these things. But a lot of them tend to be a different way of saying, I'm a people pleaser. I'm overly nice because I want to be loved. I manipulate people by trying to mirror their personalities. There are many words to this. And the more you hold on to the giver, you are making something that's not actually part of your personality, and it's detrimental to you as part of your personality. So now, for example, if somebody is not matching the energy, you're still giving because you think that's a good thing. But if you're honest about what you're actually doing, you're people pleasing. Then you're going to be able to have the healthy boundaries. I heard someone say that people pleasing is manipulative because you remove someone's sense of freedom to be able to choose whether they want to be in your experience, because what you're doing is trying to be someone else. So that person doesn't have the freedom to choose whether or not it's you they want, because you're pretending to be someone else. So it's like there's so many negatives that come with this idea, especially in friendships. You hear someone is like, Siju, I went to their baby shower, I spent millions on them all. And when you're hearing what the other person did back, it's like,
this person didn't even show up when you got the baby.
Your friend, you know, and there's no that kind of sense of confidence and pride about being such a giver. It's not honest.
It's giving
healthy relationships are balanced.
Exactly,
that's a fact.
It's giving like people pleasers. You give, hoping that the more you give, the more they will choose you. The more they are going to choose you.
And
like
they
now,
never do.
Now exactly, and they never do.
They never do.
Because by the time you start feeling like you need to, in fact, cross your own boundaries, make yourself unhappy, sacrifice your own comfort to make sure this person knows what a great friend you are, so they choose you as a friend and start giving back, they will never. They will never. It just won't.
Yeah.
In fact, if anything, it makes it uncomfortable for everyone. You know what I'm saying? It's like you're overgiving, so of course you have sacrificed your own comfort. For them, they're just like, wow, okay, great. She just transferred 100,000 into my account.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Yeah.
And then you start feeling like, I do all this and you didn't even say thank you.
And
you're not even whatever.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
I'm not going to give you 100K, but you gave me.
Yeah,
so
but you gave me. Thanks for giving me.
It's true. So there are some takers who are malicious, granted, some.
Yeah.
But majority of the times, a taker is just accepting what you want to give to them, and maybe they have healthy boundaries. So let's not keep saying like takers are all of these like people who are horrible. Love is giving and taking. If you're if you're giving me more than you're taking, I'm receiving more. Just automatically because of the way that you're doing it. There's nothing noble about being overgiver. My heart is so big. I give. I love too easily. Who are you loving? If you're loving monkeys, you need to address that. Address that.
Monkeys.
And if you do love a monkey, be like, do you know what? I loved this monkey because I was trying to people please. And then the next time you find a friend who's different.
In fact, I feel like when I meet a people pleaser, even as a people pleaser myself, but maybe I'm not people pleasing with that particular person, but if they're doing too much, I start to feel uncomfortable because I'm just like, I hope you do. This is not an expectation you have of me because I'm not willing to do that for you. But like, thanks, but
and you can smell the inauthenticity.
You can smell it, and it's just like that's not who you are. Like, do you go around giving money to everyone? Do you go around calling people 3 times a day to check if they have eaten? I don't know. And why?
Why?
That's the thing.
Yeah, let's have these discussions, guys.
For sure.
I knew they were a true friend when they weren't afraid to love. Oh, sorry, already the calling out thing.
I knew they were a true friend when I could call them anytime, even super late at night, and cry, and they still listen. Again,
for me, it depends.
It depends,
if there's a burning fire at your house, it's expected that my working hours as a friend have been extended.
That's it.
Have been extended. But I feel like if that can't be forever. There needs to be healthy boundaries there.
Definitely needs to. Lydia is always saying she feels like she can't call me at night, which I don't understand.
I don't think I'd ever call you after 7 p.m. It's like in the list of people who
once I
could
start
reach
bathing
to,
my kids,
Yeah, no, I think after 7 p.m.
Yeah.
No. Even if there's a burning fire, I feel like there's someone else.
You're stranded in the middle of nowhere and it's only my number you remember.
No, and actually, your number wouldn't be in my head.
Really?
No. For an emergency?
Yeah. May feel like it depends on what the emergency is, for sure. If it's like a physical thing.
You're potty in Itana at the moment.
Yeah.
2 in the morning. And Lady is stranded because she's been out shaking her ass.
Who are you calling?
And she's lost her phone.
At 2 a.m., who are you calling? Nderitu.
Huh?
Nderitu.
No. Funny, who would I call for an emergency? I don't even know where I'm putting myself in those kind of positions where I need to call someone at 2 in the morning because I have nothing. I have no way of getting home. It's just, that seems too extreme to me. I would call because I know her number of head, but my cousin, when she sleeps, she sleeps.
Oh, yeah.
She can sleep through it all. So I don't know if that's the person you want to give as an emergency.
I would call my husband's best man, his best friend. That's what I would call. Although I don't know his number off head, but he's the person I would call if I'm like in a physical emergency in the middle of nowhere.
The world is over.
Or my cousin.
Maybe I'll call my auntie as well. Actually, my auntie would drive from anywhere.
You think so?
Oh yeah, she'll drive from anywhere.
No, but she's driving from anywhere. You need somebody if it's like, okay, depends on what the situation is really.
It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, but my auntie would come and pick me up from any situation.
Okay, you're in the middle of nowhere. There's a risk of you guys both being robbed. She's the one who you want to fight with. You're fighting you and Aunt Darling. I don't think so. I don't think so.
Yeah, maybe I would call Derito or Kerry. Maybe like the guy friends.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Paul, you're not calling Paul?
No, because he's not even listening to us right now.
He doesn't even like us.
See?
Yeah,
exactly.
Honestly,
not
some people,
Paul.
I knew he wasn't a true friend when.
Yeah. I knew they were a true friend when it felt easy telling them my deepest, darkest, scariest feelings and past without fear of shame. Well, that's true. But I feel like that's an extremely high bar for a true friend. That's a very high bar. I have many true friends who there's still some parts of me that require like longer friendships or more intimacy for me to be able to share some things. Yeah, so I don't necessarily think that's a really high bar because you're gonna find like 3-4 people in the world who can do that.
I feel like for me, it's not that high a bar personally because I feel like I find it really easy to share about my past.
Actually,
a little too easy.
Actually,
yeah.
Fucking yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I don't know. I almost feel like, I don't know if it's oversharing, but for me, I almost feel like I find power in telling people my story. I could literally tell my story to anyone who would listen. And actually, that's one of the reasons why I opened Yummy Mommy, because I just feel like I don't know, I find power in being able to look back and be like, I did this dumb thing, this thing happened to me and whatever, especially if it's things that I've already healed from. So I feel like if I tell it to you, no one can use these things against me because I'm the one who went through them. So you're using them against me in what context kind of thing, you know?
Yeah.
So I feel that way. However, depending on who the other friend is, when they do share something like really personal with me, I feel like, oh my God. You know, kind of thing. Yeah. So that feels amazing. I can see how that would feel amazing.
Yeah. Or maybe if that has happened very early on, it could be like, wow, I feel so comfortable around you. Like Dr. Vundi, one of my friends, is like, I don't know what it is with her. I don't know if it's her doctorness or the second you sit next to her, you can just tell her anything. Yeah, and you know, she just has this amazing response. Yeah. Maybe because she's a psychiatrist, I don't know. But
her
anyway,
aura is very welcoming. Like you just feel. She creates a very safe space. Yeah. Even at your workshop, just sitting there watching her, I'm just like, I want to open up to you. I want to open up to you.
Yeah.
People on Instagram always tell me that, but I don't feel like I have that aura. So I feel like they're lying.
What?
People on Instagram will always DM me and just be like, I don't know why I feel like I can't open up to anyone in my life about this, but you, I just feel comfortable sharing it with. And I'm like, why? What about me tells you
so
that
when it comes to us, what I would say is that the fact that you're a stranger usually helps a lot of people to open up because some of the things you guys are telling me in your DMs, I know you're not telling your man.
I'm like, I'm the only one out of everyone. It's me.
So you want though. But however, because you're so open and you're so vulnerable, we always say what you do and how you live gives other people permission to do the same things for themselves. So then that level of openness is also something that gives people invitation to be open themselves. So there's that element of you're anonymous, I don't know you, but there's also definitely an element of Joe.
I guess so, because I'm always like,
and also because you share so much about your past, it's like she's been through it. This is going to be like on a 3 out of 10.
Literally, this is
in the
nothing.
fires that she's seen. This is going to be a
gentle
in the inferno
3. That has been her life.
Exactly.
I like that. Okay, someone says, I knew they were a true friend when they stuck with me after everyone stigmatized me because of my sexuality.
Oh yeah, that's beautiful.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's definitely a friend. I have some friends who are part of the queer community, and I guess I don't find it a big deal that I'm accepting of you, because why the fuck not? But because of the climate and where we live in, that's something they see as a really genuine kind of gift. And we hope we can just move to places where that isn't such a big deal.
Exactly.
And people aren't stigmatized and pushed away and abandoned because of it.
And being willing to publicly support them. For me, public support means a lot. It's I feel like there are people who can just call you and tell you, oh, I'm thinking of you. But also public support, it's if we're out somewhere and someone is literally yelling an insult and you defend me, that means something to me. It means something to me.
It's true. I knew they were a true friend when I was ready to leave and she said, let's talk about it. That really hit, because actually the normal thing...
Ready to leave what? The friendship?
And she said, let's talk about it. There's somebody else who said, I knew they were a true friend when they reached out to me after we had separated friendship, and now we're in a better place. Because ego, it's easier to go with what your ego is telling you what to do, which is, oh yeah, blah, 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 we've had an argument, yeah, you're a bitch, you're a dog, and you leave. But amidst that, to be able to sit back into your body and be like, let's talk about it. Yeah, that's strong.
Me, when I was ending a long-term friendship, when I said I want to leave and they said, let's talk about it, that's not how I took it at all. Me, I took it as oh, now you want to hear my point of view. Now you care about what I feel. Because
of what the actual context of your entire friendship was about. Yeah. Oh, really? You didn't think, oh, no?
No. I was like, of course, I'm a fantastic friend to have, so of course you want to fight for me, but I don't want to be here.
Don't try that with Joanne.
Don't. Jeez.
I knew they were a true friend whenever they called to just check on me. Bare minimum.
Oh,
who said that? Well, that was Marugi's mic.
The exact. Was it? Well, I feel like, okay, depending. For me, I feel like I don't as often call people to just check on them, just because ever. I'm not. That's what I meant to say. I don't call ever, mostly to check on them. However, I feel like, because most of my friends, the friends who I have right now who are close friends, we interact all the time on Instagram. So I feel like if we chat, I know how you are. And so I know we are going to see, and I know we are going to see
argument every
I know we are going
episodes.
to see each other. It's just a conversation will come at some point. We'll see each other at some point. If I'm seeing you this week, look, we saw each other on Monday. It's Wednesday. We have seen each other. So yesterday, Tuesday, I was supposed to call her to check on her. How are you?
Don't be so dramatic.
In the 12 hours since we saw each other, how are you?
So dramatic. Because this is the first time we see each other twice in a week. I am someone who really appreciates calls. When I see one of my friends calling me, it feels so good to me. And for whatever reason, I've attracted a bunch of texters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ask yourself, what is it about you that has attracted a bunch of texters? Also, this is another thing that makes me not call. Because, again, I'm still healing from being a people pleaser. I prefer to have conversations, and not just with my friends, with people. I prefer to have conversations on text or on a platform where I can think about what's being said. So, for example, by the time I call you, I need to have the emotional bandwidth for whatever it is you're doing. I can't be in the middle of my kids or whatever, something is happening, and then I call you, kumbe, you're going through something, and now I need to actually take on the thing that you're going through, kind of thing, Or you say something, oh yeah, we should meet up. Yeah. This is my response always. I'll never be like, oh yeah, maybe let me think about it. I'll just be like, yeah. Oh, can we meet tomorrow? Yes, of course, definitely. Lydia, I need to cancel TMI shoot. I'm committed to going for lunch with a friend. You see. So for me, I just feel like until the day that I can heal being a people pleaser, I'm not picking up people's calls.
Joe, you're doing far better than you think, and a lot of your fears are really in your head, because that hardly ever happens. It's rare. Actually, the more mature you become, the less you're someone's gonna call you, hi, how are you doing? And you just tell them, do you know what, God? And then you just pour out. That doesn't happen as often. Most people are going to kind of read the room before we lead to the conversation of, actually, my life is on fire.
I need more people to read the room.
Yeah.
I need more people, because especially in this age of sometimes you think somebody's actually your friend till you meet them or you speak to them on the phone. They're like, oh, by the way, I have this business. I really wanted you to promote it for me. I've already committed. I've already said I'm going to do 12 reels. Don't worry. I'm going to do it. Now where are we? And I've already committed. Then now I'm ignoring their call for the next 3 months. now everything is awkward.
So, okay, I know this is not a good thing, but Joe, this struggle with people pleasing there's a vulnerability I see in you that's really so endearing. No. You remind me of Kenny. I know. I'm just like, how is this big bad bee?
I know.
This boss ass babe.
I don't know.
But it's so cute because you really do resign in it. You just are like, I can't do this. No, this is just hard for me.
It's just so hard. Me, I don't. Sometimes when I hear Lydia saying no to someone or like saying no to something, I'm just like, wait, you just said no? Like you just said no, we'll think about it. I'm just like, oh, wow. Wow, she's really doing it. Wow, she's really doing it. Like for me, she's like my hero. I'm just like, wow. That's amazing to me.
Let me tell you, I used to be a people pleaser for sure. But the second I saw the benefits of living authentically, I just can't go back. Actually, funny enough, I shot by the time you guys are watching this, it's coming out tomorrow. Letter to My Younger Self with Wabosha. Yeah. And I said that because I no longer keep my needs to myself, or I'm not telling people honestly how I feel, when I sleep I feel like that's why your skin can be thriving. Yeah. That's why, I'm sleeping like baby Tana.
That's why your ass getting fat. That's why.
Because I'm feeling like,
you're just
because there's nothing I'm holding on, or like there's no one who is like, something is bothering me and I'm not telling them. And it's not always like, as soon as it bothers me, there's a conversation. No. Sometimes there's a process. Like you've got to talk to yourself. You've got to think about things, especially something that's going to affect someone else.
But now once you say no, you hold the boundary or whatever, and then now you make the other person feel bad. That won't keep you up at night.
The question is, why that person feeling bad is a bad thing, but they are an adult. They're not a child. They're going to be able to process their emotions, and it's not my responsibility to manage your emotions. And the person who told me that when I was a young kid, that I'm responsible for other people's emotions, lied. And that's not it. I'm responsible for my own emotions, and I'm responsible for being authentic and showing up the way as I am.
Wow. I want to sleep
I'm
at
working
night.
on her.
I want to sleep at night comfortably like that. But you see, I definitely feel like I'm getting better. I've gotten better, especially with my financial boundaries. I feel like I've definitely made progress, and not picking up people's calls has been helpful in that, because I'm not committing to things. I'm just like, when I text them, you tried to call me, whatever. I need this. I'm just like, okay, let me think about it. Let me see what I can do, but not committing. Yeah. That is helping me in terms of being able to hold my own boundaries.
And that's a soft no. Like for people pleaser, that's a soft no there. I'll think about it. Let me get back to you. It's like you give yourself the breath between what someone has done and your reaction, because your reaction is a problem. You give a bit of breath.
Sorry, you go ahead.
I knew they were a true friend when they stuck by me when I was going through grief, even when I was mean and pushed them away.
Let's appreciate first of all.
Let's appreciate. That's absolutely amazing. Okay. I feel like sometimes I may have difficulties, like. See, on the other side, once you're emancipated from people pleasing, sometimes you're just always ready to leave.
You're ready.
You're just ready. The bags are always...
The bags remain packed and by the door.
By the door. Because of being afraid of going back to a situation where I'm not appreciated, I'm not seen, or maybe I'm potentially abused. It's like someone reacting to me like that way, even though they're going through something, is like, it's gonna take a dance. I want to say react back myself, but I have to go back and have a conversation with myself. Like, I just know that they're going through. I have to meditate through that, because it's like I've got a way out that at this moment you are the one who's on fire, and I've got to give you the space to be on fire, because I know what you're doing is not malicious. It takes a dance, because you're just afraid, like, oh my God, what if this is it, and now this is how she treats me forever.
Yeah, me definitely. I feel like there's a balance between, first of all, I feel like even when I'm going through something difficult, I can't imagine like being unkind or mean to a friend. Maybe what I would do is probably just like not interact with them as often. I would rather not be in the presence of someone than be unkind to them, kind of thing. Maybe it's more of like being treated poorly in terms of they are not responding to your messages, or they are not willing to meet with you, or something like that, or they're not liking all your Instagram posts and commenting fire emoji, like whatever. But being unkind, I feel like that's like another step. Also, I feel like if that happens to me, I would give them space, so that I'm not like in the place of having to be treated badly.
But you see, she came back. She came back and she was like, I know you called me a dusty ass, edgeless bitch. But
Old
I'm
bitch.
here. Old saggy ass bitch. But I'm here for you. That's strength. That's a true friend.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that's a true friend.
Yeah.
Are we true friends? We don't know, but she is.
She is. Yeah, I feel like maybe I would just have to be in that situation or that circumstance for me to see. Also, you can tell when somebody is being mean to you, being mean to you just because they are struggling in their own life versus they're just a mean person.
Yeah,
and let's be clear about those two things.
That's true.
We can tell. A lot of people said that they knew someone was their true friend when they could share with them their lowest moments and their highest moments. And I think that always says something about friends, especially if I'm going through my lowest when you're going through your highest.
Yeah. And that's a dance, guys. That's a dance. That's a dance for you who's going through it, to be able to, find a way to like regulate your own emotions and be able to be present for the other person's moment, because that moment is still theirs and it belongs. And also for you, who's having the high moment, being able to be authentically having your high moment, but also being, I guess, sensitive to the other person.
Yeah, I feel generally
very
few
like friends survive that.
Oh yeah, that can be difficult,
especially in situations where it's just like maybe you like now how Courtney was just like having kids every 3 minutes and then maybe someone else is struggling. That sometimes is too much, and I think people are allowed to take breaks in moments where it's too extreme.
I think so, but definitely would call for like a difficult conversation, like being able to be like, Lid, I'm so happy that you booked your 10th client this month. As you know, I've not had a client for the past 1 year, and it's really, I've had to take loans to stay afloat, and so I really want to be there at your celebratory dinner for your making 10 billion this month, but unfortunately I'm not able to be there for you the way I would want to. So please allow me to sit this one out. I'll get in touch when I'm in a better place. Something.
99% of people have logged off.
Exactly. They're like, who is having that conversation? Then it requires grace from you to be able to be like, guys, she's my friend. She can't even celebrate with me. Obviously, you'll just be like, I can see how that's difficult for her. Yeah. So,
Yeah. It takes a dance.
It takes.
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah. I think we have it in us to go through moments like that.
Hey, I don't know. Let's wait and go through it first. We see.
Really?
You never know. Some things you can't ever say, I know we can do. No, we haven't gone through it.
I have faith. Look at the faith she has in our friendship, Dustin.
You have faith?
Yeah, I have faith.
Okay, I guess. Me too.
Yeah. I feel like even if one of us loses their minds, I just trust that
their minds.
Yeah, I feel like one of us is going to have it in us.
And bring it back together.
I feel so. I trust.
Yeah.
If it's me who goes off the rails, if it's you who goes off the rails, I just feel like it's not going to be both of us off the rails. I just have that faith.
Okay, fine. So, for example, I come and I tell you, Lydia, I have something like I really need to share with you. I'm in debt. I know you think that I have so much money, but the truth is that I've been gambling and I'm in debt and I need $1 million from our account. I need it from TMI because otherwise they are going to come for my family. So can I take the
Who's
million?
they?
Like the debtors, the people who I owe money, the loan sharks. And I need that money, and I don't know where else to turn, but it's right there in TMI. Can I have it?
No.
Nope. Lydia,
hang them kids to dry. You are not touching my millions.
You see, sometimes where it's just like, it may just feel like, some
but
things
you see,
can't.
Joe, you like to use the most extreme examples
of course,
ever, and I get that.
Yeah.
But I feel like in the realm of who we are, based on the information I know of you in the last couple of years and of myself through my life, there are few moments where I feel like it's going to be like out of this world.
If you couldn't pay your rent and TMI needed to pay your rent, we would do it.
Yeah, for sure. Like even that,
sure.
Even fees, we won't have Mokeni being outside.
It's off-brand.
I feel like there's some things like I don't think we should personally go through when we have the money we have in.
You're right.
Okay, I feel like there are some things which is just like, okay, this is just like in an emergency. This never happens.
Yeah, but definitely like one person going through a high and the other person going through a low. I've been there in a friendship. The friendship did not survive.
But I mean, what I feel like, I think I know who you're talking about. I feel it was like, because it was like a decade of high on one end and then a spiraling on the other side. That is it's hard to, because by the end, by where you started, by where you ended, you're not even in the same world,
in the same universe.
Exactly. Yeah.
I wonder what kind of strong friendship would would have been needed to survive that?
I feel like a lot more conversations would have happened.
Yeah,
way more conversations would have happened.
Yeah, but having a friend who, when you're really, really low, I want to talk to Lydia, or when I'm going through something super amazing, I want to tell Lydia. Like, and you just know that when you're sad, they're gonna be sad. You said this last episode. When I'm sad, I know she'll be sad that I'm sad.
Yeah.
When I'm super happy, she's gonna be super happy for me, and we'll be like, oh yeah, let's celebrate. But when we're down, she'll just be like, oh damn, do you want like some wine, some ice cream? Let's cry or something like that.
Yeah, it's like you empathize with me.
You empathize with me. Yeah, exactly.
Cute. Well, guys, at least we've seen that there are true friends out there. Yeah. Whether or not the bar is in hell, there are still some true friends out there. And as we said, whatever kind of friendships you want to be that kind of friend. But when you realize that people do not have the capacity to meet you where you need to be met, it's okay to let them go. And you release yourself so that you can go and find like friends who are exactly like you. Don't change yourself.
Exactly.
You just need to go and align with your own tribe.
Exactly. And sometimes it might not be a bad idea to actually verbalize the things that you would love to see in a friend for them to know. Because maybe the kind of history I've had with friendships, the kind of history you've had with friendships can be completely different. Yeah. So like for you, you want phone calls, still not gonna call, but at least you've told me. You see, things like that, tell them like, oh, it would be so nice if you call me, or it would be so nice if you came to my house. It would be so nice if we could, whatever it is, talk to the person, you know? Yeah.
So I've been complaining about the fact that Joe won't invite me to her house to the point of like, I'm almost begging. I'm continuing. I'm just making it public.
Was it already public?
I wanted it to continue. I want people to keep
By the time
knowing.
you're watching this episode, maybe she's already even come to my house and everyone will come here and be like, listen.
It's next week. There's no way. And guess what? She goes on video to say, oh, I love hosting people in my house. I would do it all the time.
Do I say it like that?
Yes.
Guys, by the time you're watching this video, Lydia has been to my house. No. Maybe.
Comment below if you think that's going to happen. And mostly, I want to see her children. She's banning me. But the other day when Zach came to pick you up, at least I saw Kenny.
Oh, exactly.
Then, that's one.
So you know she's doing great.
I was going to say of
12,000. I know.
One of three. But yeah, anyway, guys, we, as much as we are here talking about friendship, we honestly do try our best to instill the principles that we are talking about, to have difficult conversations, to be respectful, to, be as good human beings as we possibly can be to our friends. And when we make mistakes, we try our best to own them. So we hope that this friendship series has opened up your views on friendships. It's been able to help you reconcile your friendships. It's helped you see where you are not being as good of a friend, or it's helped you see that you are, in fact, a fantastic friend. Either way, as long as this friendship series has helped you nurture your friendships in a better way, our job is done.
Our job is done. Of course, we are open to doing more episodes on friendships in the future. We might take a break from the friendship series, but leave down below if there's anything about friendship or anything else, any other episode ideas that you guys would love to hear from us. We love doing topics that you guys are asking us for, because then we're like, we know we are talking to Shiro.
I think it was a babe who asked for this one, right?
It was, yeah. It was actually from the last episode, or the last episode. Yeah. Thank you guys so much for interacting with our content. Please do subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. Please do not leave without subscribing. We are this close to 100K, and we would love to get there soon, guys. So thank you so much for your support. We love you. We'll see you in our next episode 100.